Right.
Jefferson County Court, law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in clause number 333, well, clause number M333716. Case is style, state of Texas versus Desmond LeRae Harper. Mr. Harper, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Harper? You doing all right? Mr. Harper, you're represented in your case by your attorney, John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Macy, do you waive a record in Mr. Harper's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harper, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Desmond Harper, on or about September 8th of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Mr. Harper, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Harper, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Harper, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials DH on the line next to the box that says check no contender. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. Harper, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Macy, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Harper, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State, I have before me States Exhibit 1 and States Exhibit 2 to proper cause affidavit, which is in the court's file. State, would you like to offer States 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objection. States Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. The court will take judicial notice of States 2 in the court's file. Mr. Macy, you've advised and counseled Mr. Harper. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harper, your attorney, Mr. Macy, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Harper, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for plea of guilty or no contest, state agreed to recommend 35 days in Jefferson County Jail and court call. Defendant has credit for 35 days. So that's just the time served and the tax on trial the court call.
Mr. Harper, the state is offering that you serve 35 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you have already served 35 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served in jail. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Harper, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Harper, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Harper, you're going to stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following the directions of the clerk, you can follow the bailiff. And you have a blessed day. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session. And cause number M334278, case of South State of Texas versus Demetrius Demar Taylor. Demetrius Taylor was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's announcement docket. At about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Demetrius Taylor at the courthouse door. Demetrius Taylor did not answer. Demetrius Taylor has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:08 a.m. on today's date of August 23rd, 2023. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Demetrius Taylor at the courthouse door?
Demetrius Taylor. Demetrius Taylor.
Demetrius Taylor's name was just called at the courthouse door. Demetrius Taylor did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Taylor an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Say it was lawful.
That motion will be granted. Demetrius Taylor's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And cause number M334278. And this will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on today's date, August 23rd, 2023. County Court at Law number 2, Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.